So let's talk about something that's been getting attention recently. And honestly, it's not as simple as it first sounds. JD Vance recently defended Donald Trump while speaking at a Turning Point US event. And the main thing he said was that there is no evidence of any wrongdoing connected to Jeffrey Epstein. Now, on the surface, that sounds like a very clear and direct statement, almost like closing the case in one line. But the interesting part is public reaction did not really treat it that way. Some people, especially Trump supporters, see this as confirmation of what they already believe. For them, it's basically saying the claims or rumors don't have any real foundation, so there's nothing more to discuss. But then there's another side of the public that does not really see it as that simple, because the Epstein case itself is one of those topics that has been discussed for years with a lot of questions still floating around. So even when someone says no evidence, it does not automatically feel like the conversation is over. It's kind of like the statement is clear, but the history around the topic is not. And that creates a gap between what is said and how people actually feel about it. Another important detail here is where this statement was made. It was at a Turning Point USA event, which is elegant audience, and that matters more than people think, because when you are speaking to a crowd that already agrees with you, you are not really trying to convince anyone new. You are mostly reinforcing what they already believe. So the message becomes stronger in tone but also more one-sided in perception. And that's where things getting interesting from a communication point of view, because in politics it's not just about the words you use, it also about the environment you use them in. A statement like there is no evidence is very legal and very direct on paper. It sounds final, but in real life, people don't always process things in a legal way. They process them emotionally or based on past events or based on how much trust they already have. That's why even a strong denial does not always stop the discussion. In some cases it actually keep it going. And here's my personal take on it. I feel like the real issue is not just whether something is proven or not proven. It's also about how clearly and fully the public feels informed, because when people feel like they have fully clarity, they usually move on. But when they feel like there are missing pieces, even if those missing pieces don't mean wrongdoing, they tend to hold on to questions longer. Another thing worth understanding is how political defense like this are receiving differently depending on who is listening. For supporters, it feels like loyalty and strength, like standing firm behind someone. But for critics, it can sometimes feel like the issue is being simplified too much, especially in something as complex and heavily discussed as the Epstein case. And that difference in interpretation is exactly why these topics don't really disappear from public conversation. They just keep coming back in different forms, because the Epstein case itself has become more than just a single legal matter. For a lot of people, it represents bigger ideas like power, accountability, and transparency in high level circles. So, whenever it gets mentioned in a political discussions, it does not stay just factual, it becomes emotional and symbolic too. That's why statement like this spread so quickly online, not necessarily because something new has happened, but because it connects to something already loaded with public curiosity. So when JD Vance says there is no evidence, supporters hear closer, but others hear something that still feels open in their mind. And I think that's the key point here. It's not just about what was said, but about how differently it is interpreted depending on perspective. On paper, this is a simple political defense, but in reality, it becomes part of a much larger conversation about trust, communication, and how information is understood today. And maybe the real question is not just whether there is evidence or not, but why some topics never really leave public discussion even after official statements are made.